give you an idea of some of the things that I've harvested from this week's garden. This is a spring garden, and if you're not presently growing a spring garden, I thought this might be a good time for me to show you some of the things that you can grow and how much money that you can save by growing your own produce. I have a lot in here. I've already stored a lot in the freezer. I have onions that are drying. So this is not everything that I've harvested. Today is June 4th. Actually, the spring garden is coming to an end because I'm trying to move on over to my summer garden. But I just want to show you real quick some of the things that we have left to eat. We've been eating fresh produce each day. I have a little bit of spinach left. I've been enjoying spinach all spring. And I'll include a few links to some ideas how you can use fresh spinach from your garden. I have parsley I harvested yesterday. It was starting to bolt. I decided to go ahead and harvest one of my plants. I have 4 more in the garden I need to harvest, and I'll end up drying that. I have some kale right here. I've put up a lot of kale, and I'll show you a pan of it right now that I'm freezing. I blanched it and froze it, and I'm putting that up in the freezer. I have a lot of kale in the garden right now too. Now that will keep producing for me for a few more weeks past a lot of the other vegetables that I have. I have some lettuce from last week's harvest. This is about a week old, but if you are harvesting lettuce and things fresh from your garden, you'll notice that it keeps for so much longer than what you buy at the store and you keep in your refrigerator, because you're taking it right from your garden into your refrigerator. So these have all been washed and everything. This is what I have left of some Napa cabbage, some Chinese cabbage. I've already cooked 2 heads of cabbage, and this is the last one. I harvested 3 heads of cabbage. Okay, I have 3 bags of lettuce. This is all of this I harvested today. This was from my container garden. All of this that I'm showing you has been grown from seed, with the exception of the parsley. I bought these as a transplant. So that was $3.50 for 4 plants. Okay, and then over here I have some dill. I have a lot of dill in the garden. Dill is something I like to use fresh. I will not store this because I'll also have another harvest in about 3 or 4 months. When fall hits here, I'll have a lot more dill I can start harvesting again. And I don't prefer it dried or anything like that, so I like to use dill fresh. This is some broccoli. I just harvested. I think I harvested all my broccoli yesterday, and so I'll show you a picture of some of the broccoli harvest. We've been eating a lot of that. This is 3 days ago, my sugar snap pea harvest. I think it was 3 days ago, because whenever I harvest, I like to put the date on there so I know how much I got and to keep them rotated so I'm not using the freshest first. So this was I harvested yesterday. That was yesterday's harvest. And then this is Monday's harvest. So that was a lot there. I'm guessing this is at least a pound or so of sugar snap peas. Just wonderful from the garden. And I have more out there I've got to harvest. I have about 2 more weeks of harvesting sugar snap peas. And this is how much I'm getting every day. Okay, and more lettuce. This was also from the past week. Let me show you too how I'm doing my kale. This is kale. These are 4-ounce balls of blanched kale, and I'm going to put these in a Ziploc bag and go in my freezer. And I can just pull out one little ball to put in, soup. I like to put it in kale and pepper soup. My family really enjoys that soup, so I'll include a link to that video if you wanted to check out an idea for how to use kale. And then I also put up some mustard greens. I blanched it, put it 1-ounce balls to put in things like pasta and that kind of thing whenever I need a little kick of something bitter, a bitter green. So those are a little bit smaller, but anyway, you can check out my spinach blanching video if you want to see how I put up my greens. Depends on the green as to how long I boil my greens before I cool them off with the cold water, but I'll include a link to how I do spinach so you can check that out. Okay, so hopefully this will encourage you to see what actually you can grow from seed, and with just a little bit of TLC you can have beautiful produce like this too. Okay, thanks so much for watching.